Welcome back, episode 70 of Revisited. I'm glad this was not 69.
You know, that'd be quite bad.
Yeah, that'd be kind of sexist, high key. We're looking at Buckwee and their video, Why Are Shonen Girls Garbage? Analysis of typical tropes of shonen girls. There was another video that was very much like this, basically the same title, but it ended with Let's Talk by another creator, and they are also on the list because we do want to hear some of these complaints about shonen girl. But the issue I have is that shonen is such a multifaceted genre that just taking them into shonen means nothing, because even slice of life is shonen. Yeah. I'm reading something right now called We Never Learn, which is just a dude tutoring three geniuses, and it's just a thing, slice of life harem-y type thing, but it's from Shonen Jump. Death Note is Shonen Jump. Is Misu a thing shonen girl?
And it's also the fact that it's just so many anime and manga out there. Of course there's going to be repeated tropes and things.
I'm tired of tropes. Repeated tropes are simply repeated things in a story that you recognize.
It doesn't matter. And even if you go, wow, there aren't that many strong women, there are. But there are also not. But then you just go, okay, what about all the weak pieces men? Do we also address that? What about all the coward archetype, that trope? Are we also going to address that? Which there's a lot of male dudes that are just like, I'm weak and I'm always going to be weak. Yo's friend from Shaman King, just a tag along sidekick. Nothing there. Little dude from what is it? The next Toriko. Little dude from Toriko. He got no powers or anything. He's just a tag along, hey, let me exposition thing. That's a trope. That's a male mostly centric trope. It happens. It's unfortunate, but you know, there's a lot of good stuff and there's a lot of bad stuff out there.
Yeah. So, you know, just going tropes is not a negative to me. Just recognizing tropes is not a problem to me. It's what the story does with it. And just being a shonen girl, I don't care about that. It's what the story does with it. So, description boys?
Yep.
Description boys?
As an avid viewer of shonen for many years, I have always been confused as to why the girls of this genre are so bad. Most of them have the capacity to be bad bits, but are mostly portrayed as damp flannels. Is that
maybe crying on the shoulder?
No, it could be. There you are.
I
look into why they are portrayed like this, and if any of them are breaking the mold.
Breaking the mold of what?
I'm thinking she's just going
Is Madaka from Madaka Box? She's a shonen girl. Is she the mold, or is she breaking whatever the mold is? You're only looking at the most prevalent of the genre and the most negative portrayals of shonen girls.
Everybody's afraid of Anna in Shaman King. Himiko in Sket Dance, strongest person in the school. Woman. And how should we feel about them as consumers? This will be the beginning of a series looking into the structure and classic tropes in anime, so look out for the series, you cool cats. And yeah, that's it. Attack on Titan! Mikasa is the strongest.
I don't know.
Yes, there are bad women out there, but there's also amazing women. Should all women just be amazing? I don't think so.
I don't think all men should be amazing.
No,
there should be
not all characters should be amazing. Not all characters should have the same amount of exposition and backstory as the main character or the side characters or all that. It's not ever gonna be equal, and it's unfortunate, but. Again,
it's not ever going to be equal in what?
In the fact that some people won't get as much.
Oh yeah, you know that's if you introduce a series of 15 characters, 9 of them may not get it, and we can't expect 15 characters to be developed the exact same. I guess we can.
Yeah, I don't
understand it. Let's get into it. Let's see what she got to say.
It's happening already, guys. We've made the breakthrough. The breakthrough is here. Oh my god, I've just had a realization of my own. Wow. Yes, Uraraka, we stand a cool.
I can't even hear you over this.
It's quite loud. I need to bump that down in post. I am not a fan of her energy, but I like that she has such energy. Yes. I can see that people would find this entertaining.
Mm-hmm. The only question I have is this it's time to turn on, or is this who you are as a... I would really love to hear her like on a podcast, just talking.
Because Nux on the video is not Nux in like the debate. That is a completely different Nux.
Really? But then in the podcast, he's still Nuxing
he's on then. But this is just a debate and exchange of ideas.
Okay.
Instead of just... Because that's still an entertainment aspect that he needs to put on. That's going to be some comedy in there. But this is, I need to get my points across in order to change this individual's mind.
Was it better or worse?
It was totally listenable. I will prefer that Nux.
Okay. Oops, I gotta hit it first.
Anyways. Hi, I'm typical shonen girl, and I'm good for absolutely nothing.
Okay. You need to describe what typical is.
Yes.
Because shonen runs so... Like, there's...
Yu-Gi-Oh! That's
500. There's 500 in series ever. I might be vastly downplaying. We might be in 800, 900 through the entirety of shonen. What is typical of shonen, and what is a typical girl of shonen?
I have to assume that it's just the weak on the side love interest.
Then we're just talking about the most popular, prevalent shonen things. That's not...
In which case, that's an outlier.
And this is... Ting.
I like the
ting,
logo.
Ting.
I like
ting,
it.
ting, ting. That was believable, right? So, today, I really wanted to come to you and talk to you about a subject that really means a lot to me personally. As someone who has watched anime, and specifically shonen anime, for a really long time, there's always been this a little part of it. It's always got under my skin.
Okay, what are the shonen you're watching? Because you've got a Death Note behind you, which tells me that you have seen Death Note, and you know for a fact she is not, quote unquote, whatever your definition of typical shonen. I see Naruto. I see is that Tokyo Ghoul? I don't know what the little one in between is.
I think that's also Naruto.
Maybe.
It's like an alternate outfit, maybe a swimsuit.
Don't know what that is next to the subscribe to Buckwee.
I know that poster is Naruto and Sasuke. I don't know what those two up top are.
Same.
That looks like Uno? Trisha Una?
Trisha Una?
Yeah,
really?
But no, it's not.
No, yeah, it can't be. Oh yeah, no, that definitely says Uno, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. And her channel has 5 videos, so it's not exactly a huge telling thing.
A trove of information. Is she still creating?
9 months ago.
And looks like she put out a few and just peaced out.
Can I tell you, I was on a kick of H-Bomber guy.
It comes and goes, dude.
It was just a video where you just call women worms. And I don't know why, but that killed me for like 5 minutes straight.
Oh no! Wow!
Annoyed me as a specific individual. Now, this is a very sensitive subject. Some people may be very offended. People do get very offended by this subject. I'm going to be talking about gender. And specifically...
Clean up that green screen.
Females.
That chroma was not great.
I don't know what you're thinking. Oh, here we...
I don't know why, but I like her. I don't know what...
Maybe
it was the explosion there, just the calm looking into the... I don't know what it is, but I like her.
Maybe it's because she's so antithetical to what we usually do. Because you got like Couch Coco Man, Broly dude just looking in the camera and they're just like, well now see, and she's so animated. She's entertaining.
Yeah. Maybe once she gets into the arguments, I'll start. But for now, you got me. I would stick around. Like, hey, if this was a video like, hey, My Hero's alright to be reviewed, I'd stick around and then go to the next one. Maybe subscribe. I don't know, but I'm liking. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Here we go. Another girl talking about girls' representation in the media.
Pause.
Now,
there's nothing wrong with that.
But dudes do get very defensive.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely.
And incels.
Well, people will get offensive about anything, especially things that are outside the fringe. You know, you can't really. If one homosexual person comes up, they'll start talking about, oh my goodness, this is pandering.
Oh, dude, every time.
No, you'll always get.
Why
those.
do they need to be homosexual? Okay, thanks.
You'll get those people, and you just push those people over there, but. You know, if you're going, oh no, they're not going to be listening to you if you have to address them with the clapping emojis in between sentences.
girls, and I'm not saying all of them, but there is a vast majority of girls in shonen anime and manga that are just garbage. They're just
Okay. A vast majority. Again, you cannot say that if you have not read 51%. Not even vast majority, because it's got to be over that. You got to have read like 70% to see how much the shonen girls are garbage.
And then
like,
you have to take it to.
I don't know if Capture Sakura is one. Is she garbage?
That might count as. Oh, let me see.
Like, we've got to look at everything that's ever been ever. I wouldn't call Keiko garbage, even though she's a weak person that needs to be protected.
You also have to look at each female within those manga in order to.
But I'm assuming she means only the main heroine of it, and not villains or side characters or stuff.
Yeah, it's classified as a shoujo or a magical girl.
Okay.
garbage. They don't do anything.
They don't do anything. That is the issue too many people have. Not everybody needs to do everything, and these girls, for the most part, do something. Now, they're not going to do as much as the main character. They're not going to do as much as some of the side characters, but they do things. You cannot put Sakura up against Naruto and Sasuke and go, she's doing nothing. 80% of the Konoha 11 did nothing. What did Rock Lee do?
And the first Hokage that we see get nominated and put through was a woman. And she was there for the entirety of Naruto. Just chilling.
Just a bit useless. And I have a big problem with this. Now, before I get...
It's working for you.
It's working for me. Am I a simp? Am I gonna be simping? Like, you're like -15. I'm like, now, hold on now.
She made some excellent point, and it's not fair to talk about her bad.
Man, I need to get my ire back up. This is a roller coaster.
Well, they've yet to get it to their point, so we'll see.
Into shonen girls specifically, I'll quickly cover what shonen is within the anime.
What the She's explaining her... Dude.
This is...
dude, we're about to see.
Oh, boy. Is this going to get into the positives? Or just like, hey, she made some good points.
Hey, like a 3.
World, because there might be a couple of people who don't actually know what that is. Shonen anime and manga is typically directed to boys under the age of 15. Most of these shonen series tend to have a male lead who's quite young, and the focus is on action and adventure and fighting. However, comedies and series with female protagonist leads are becoming more and more popular. Shonen also has its fair share of fan service as well. Some popular examples...
It might be her delivery.
She might be just a funny person. She might understand what it means to be actually funny.
And it doesn't feel put on like Nux. Man, I don't like this.
You know what? Not so much it doesn't feel put on, it doesn't feel hyper like Nux. Even though her energy is super high, it doesn't feel... Dude, they're gonna call us simps on this world!
Oh, y'all get a worms and all of a sudden it's cool.
Of shonen anime and manga you may have heard of would be Dragon Ball, Naruto and One Piece. First, I'd quickly like to explain to you what a male lead in shonen is like. Male shonen leads, well, it's in the name, isn't it? They're obviously driving the narrative of that specific story. They tend to be quite...
I will say, she needs to do better at her cuts.
Yeah, there's a little bit too much in between.
Yeah, and it's clear that she just stopped talking, waiting for next take. Yes. Those need to be cleaned up vastly, because this video could probably be cut down 2.5 minutes if you just cut it cleaner.
Probably. But not all of these shonen protagonists drive the story, because things look at One Piece. Stuff is just happening absent of Luffy. Luffy's like, the plot of One Piece isn't even really anything involving Luffy. It's just the race to become the Pirate King, and Luffy doesn't really advance that anyway.
Like, does Gon drive the story of Hunter x Hunter, or is he just... you know what? It's different from world and story. Mm-hmm. So Luffy definitely drives the story of One Piece, but the world around him and the story of the world doesn't matter. But One Piece itself as a series is driven by Luffy.
They're never the genius of the group, but they are always driven by a sense of justice and determination.
Ooh, always. That was a big sticking point. Luffy is not driven by justice. He straight up just beats people. You up with my friends, and you gotta go. You're a coward. I hate you. Punch. Whatever.
Keijo, the main character of Keijo, is not driven by justice or anything. He is in horrible debt, and he's like, I would very much like to get out of this horrible debt now, please. Now, he does some self-righteous things, but that's not what his main drive is.
Same thing with the We Never Learn. The dude's just like, I need this VIP recommendation because my dad died and my family's dirt and poor, so this will get me a good job. Well, even the teacher's just like, hey, what do you want to get into? What's a field that has a good job where I can make money? That's all.
And to do the right thing. More often than not, they start off as an underdog. They're often weaker than their other classmates and their friends. However, over time...
No, Luffy was running roughshod in the East Blue. Even up to Arlong, he was just like, well, you got to throw me in the water before... That's the only way, because once he got out of that water, he was just mollywopping them.
I'd say so for My Hero. I'd say so for Black Clover. I'd say so for... Wouldn't say so for Demon Slayer. Because Tanjiro was one of the strongest, like, new people out there, because he was one of the only, like, 5 that made it through.
Goku taking bullets and cars to the face. Yamcha was a bit of an opposition, but that was a bit of time later.
I'd say Naruto.
I wouldn't call him Goku an underdog per se.
Yeah, there's your underdogs to me are like a Deku, because I definitely wouldn't call
Gon either.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, again, this is another thing. They are out there, but it's not the vast majority of them. There are some that are out underdogs. There are some that aren't. You can't be like, yo, the vast majority of them. We're not saying that we know the vast majority of anime or anything, but there's a lot that we can name on both camps. So I wouldn't say either way that they are the vast majority underdog or not.
However, over time, with lots of character development and usually a time jump, they break through those barriers and they become stronger. And obviously a really good example of that is Naruto from Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. In some cases, though, our protagonist does receive a power that does make them stronger, but they do still have to work hard to achieve like the full potential of that power or to still reach their goal. A good example of this is Midoriya from My Hero Academia, who gets his power from All Might,
I didn't like
but
that.
if he isn't trained to use it, he does break all of his bones.
Nothing is nobler than self-sacrifice.
And when all else fails, they have one thing they can always rely on: the power of friendship. Now, really,
I like that she used fairy tale music.
Fairy tale isn't. Natsu isn't even really an underdog.
Oh,
either.
definitely not.
Look at that.
Back to mere moments ago when I was talking about the girls of shonen, let's take a little dive deeper into what their typical traits are.
Dude, are you serious? We've got hard in O'Hara for using sound effects, and she got some splashing water, and you're giggling.
Her style is energetic and comedic. So the splashing water, it's like H Bomber Guy, where it's like, yeah, it's a lame joke, but it is a lame joke. It's balls on the table, just like, hey, it's lame.
It's accepting that it's lame, whereas O'Hara was trying to be cool and different with it.
Little punches. When Jinbei crap like that, that's like, oh, that's lame. But let's take a dive.
Or like Loverboy Media throwing his spear.
So firstly, the big one, the most important one, and the most obvious one is that they're put there to be a love interest for the lead. So the deal with this...
Some of them, yes. Some of them not. I don't think that they're put there specifically.
Yes, that's the thing I wanted to point to. I don't think many are written in simply for, hey, I want my main character to be, to get with this girl.
It's just the simple fact that 50% of the population is women, and if you got a class of 3 people, it's a good chance that one of them's going to be a woms, and
one of the characters might like her.
Yeah.
Like Bleach, Ichigo did not end up with Rukia, and that's that bush.
And there's nothing with Orihime. That's that bull crap.
Is that means they're usually a damsel in distress, and the reason they do this is because it gives our shonen lead something to fight for when there isn't.
But what about the times where dudes get kidnapped and stuff? What about the time, all the times that Natsu have to save Gray, even though he's just as competent? Yeah, he saves Lucy, but he also saves Gray. Luffy went after Robin with the same fervor that he went after with Sanji.
Sanji legit cried out for Robin to save him.
Some people just it's not a big thing that somebody needs to be saved.
Yeah, I feel like everybody needs to be saved a little bit. Like even Luffy needed to be saved. Even Naruto needed to be saved. Ichigo. All these characters all at one point or another need to be saved. Now, Damsel in Distress is more like a lady in a tower type thing, like the Rukia or Hime part of those first 2 arcs. You could point more to that, but even then, I wouldn't say Rukia was a damsel in distress. She was just, I'm strong, but I broke the rules, so I gotta do what I gotta do.
Plus, it's an overwhelming corruption that's going on that's keeping me in this situation. So it's not like she couldn't break out herself. It was just that she was confined by the law. If she was
I don't
a dude,
think she ever asked to be saved in that arc.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But yeah, if it was just a dude, same outcome. She's with the same strength, same outcome. It has nothing to do with her being a woman or anything. It's just the situation.
Yeah, I don't think Nobara was ever in a position to where she needed to be like rescued like that. Whereas Gojo needs to be rescued, and he's the scrunkish dude. God, I hate Jujutsu.
Maybe a big goal at that point in the story arc.
Okay, you're pointing to this
certain points in Fairy Tail.
But then Lucy saved everybody with their giant Zodiac Celestial bush. So I don't...
The problem with this one is that the male lead is usually just saving the girl because she's their friend, and the love is often one-sided, where the girl is fawning over the boy.
Oh, how often do you see that? I saw it with Hinata, and it wasn't that she was falling over, because that was a filler. It wasn't that she was falling over the dude, or fawning over him, that she needed to be rescued or anything. I don't have examples off the top of my head where it's just like, I'm fawning over a person, and so I need saving.
Yeah, and even if she goes, hey, one of the most prevalent ones is Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball didn't really have this.
Yeah. There's times where Bulma needs to be saved.
Sure, but I mean that's not really.
But then Gohan needed to be saved. Krillin
really
needed to be
anything
saved
at all. She's not. She is hard, not a fighter. So she's put there for certain circumstances and her abilities.
and not a love interest.
Not even a love interest. They just got together randomly. Horrible. Yeah. I don't.
The boy just thinks they're a really good buddy.
Pause. And Naruto liked Sakura. Sakura liked Sasuke. What about that way? You're looking at it the Hinata thing, but what about that? What about Jalal, where he clearly just goes, "I like you, Urza," and Urza likes him, but it's like the circumstances we cannot be together. That was a two-way street.
And this whole thing usually plays on the whole dim-witted and small-minded thing of the male lead. I mean, look at Naruto and Hinata's situation. Now that was...
Now, this is different because Hinata was a poor... Yeah, mine, I think
What
I hit
did
it.
you do?
Yeah, I hit it. Don't worry about it.
State of it.
Hinata was a super shy girl and refused to just say, "Hey, Naruto, I like you. What's up?" And Naruto, high key, is a piece of because he, I'm not getting into it. I'm not getting into it. It's gonna make me mad again.
For my girl.
Pause. That was a struggle for herself because she never said anything.
She's a super shy person.
How was Naruto supposed to know if every time he sees her, she's acting like this? There's no indication that, oh, she likes me. It's just like, oh, she's just a very shy person. We see the blushing, but that doesn't mean that liking blushing.
Could just be her shyness.
Now, somebody like Kiba and Shino, they go, oh, we know what Hinata is like outside of seeing you, so you have that, they have that mind frame of just like, oh no, we see what's going on here. But Naruto doesn't have that. There is no indication from Naruto's perspective that Hinata likes him. I would be in the same boat. I'm just like, oh, you like me for 15 years? Oh, why didn't you say nothing?
They also tend to be quite powerless. This also plays into the whole damsel in distress situation where they can't really do anything to save themselves.
Okay, Hinata was against a person who was factually stronger than her. Put her up against almost anybody else, and she is stomping.
Yeah, oh yeah, big rocked up.
And then her pain was next. So that's not really fair.
And Sakura, I'm tired of the useless thing with her. She was never useless. She was weak. There is a difference. And she got strength, but it's just not up to the power of two almost gods.
She is stomping. Maybe you can make an argument for Lee, but the rest of the Konoha 11, it is dust. You know what? You can't even make an argument for Lee because she can heal faster than he can break the bones. So he would burn out faster than she would. She's stomping the Konoha 11. She's stomping somebody like, put her up against Asuma? I'm thinking she's rocking Asuma.
It would be a fight.
It would be a fight against a special Jonin with 2 years of training. Plus she's a medical ninja. Plus she's got amazing chakra control.
Plus that skrunk.
And she just went, look, I'm weak. I want to get stronger. And she actively does. Ino goes, hey, I see what you're doing over there trying to get better. I want to get better too. She got medical ninjutsu. And that was it. Ino's the problem. Sakura's the good one, but Sakura just isn't Naruto and Sasuke. So when you see Sasuke rock up just like, all right, you want to join me, kill her. I knew you couldn't do it. And it's just like Chidori to the chest. It's like, no, that's not Sakura. That's Sasuke. That's not a mark against Sakura. That's a mark for Sasuke.
Accidental death!
Hi there.
And they often
She is factually not a fighter.
play, I hate to say it, a support role in battle. And when I say support, they usually throw a couple of things in right at the beginning and then usually they're just a bit of a cheerleader. This is one thing that annoys me.
But Lucy, you showed Lucy, and Lucy, you have to...
Had many fights.
You're looking at this as they have to fit into one of these things. But dudes can also fit into one of those things.
Also fit into those things. And again, you're pointing to a handful of people, but it's even against your point because they have been active participants in many fights.
Me about it because they've usually been training the boy and the girl in the exact same capacity. So the girl...
Oh, I'm sorry. Sakura is not getting Naruto training.
Yeah.
She can't. She factually can't. He's different. He built different.
In the middle of the Chunin exam, Naruto goes off to train with a Sannin. Sasuke goes off to train with top 5 Jonin in the Leaf, and Sakura's sitting there. So that's a problem. They're not getting the same training. Sakura, okay, you can look at it and go, Naruto, he was hindered by the Fox Chakra. But then once he's not, it's over.
It's over. She can't compete. She can't stand up to it.
And Sasuke, the Uchihas already have a lot of chakra because they have to have that in order to do the Sharingan, in order to facilitate that. That's why Kakashi, he's like, I don't have that much chakra. That's why the Sharingan takes so much from me. But the Uchiha, they already got the chakra control. So, not the chakra control, the amount of chakra.
And we're only talking about Naruto because she put Sakura in a trash can and talking about Hinata.
We know for a fact that she has seen Naruto.
Yes. Like, it's not even a point of talking about something like Black Clover and Noelle, who is the only reason they survived going to the underwater cave.
The only way they can make it down there, big dragon.
One of the scrunkiest people in the Black Bull, if not in the city.
I mean, end of Fairy Tail, Lucy rewrites the book of END, save Natsu's life. She comes up with the plan of the fairy sphere trapping Acnologia. Again, if they fit into one of these things, you're just like, oh, shonen woman. And that's just not fair.
Theory should have the same, fighting spirit or the fighting chance to beat the bad guy as much as the boy.
No, because usually the boy has some type of bush inlaid in them.
They're the main character.
Nami does not have a devil fruit in the beginning, and she doesn't get her climb attack until in Water 7, and by the time she gets that, Luffy's in Gear 2nd, Gear 3rd mode. Sorry, she's not going to be able to beat Lucci. I'm sorry, she can't beat Crocodile. I'm sorry.
Neji is a legitimate prodigy. It's unfortunate, maybe somebody around her level, the argument could be made, but this dude is a prodigy. Not happening.
And she still did well against him.
But then for some reason, they kind of give up a bit halfway through. Like, I'm
Sakura factually did not. She said, I can't be left behind. Please trade me.
She showed Uraraka, so you know that she fought her heart out against Bakugo, and we've seen how strong Bakugo is. She did not give up. Has she given up in the manga?
No.
So I'm assuming she's just gonna be like, oh, she's the outlier. But she was putting in work against... That plan would have worked if Bakugo didn't have that big widespread explosion.
That they had never seen.
It was a good plan.
And she did it to perfection.
She's like, look, I'm not going to fight you hand to hand, but I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to rush up, distract you, put a bunch of rocks out there. They fall. You get crushed. Flawless plan.
Or I can touch you. You got to deal with either the rocks or me. You can't deal with both. Oh, yes, I can.
Good plan. But it's just sort of hindered. And it's like,
and
okay.
Then she still stood up like, all right, well, let's go. I can't give up yet until she passed out.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was just going, I don't know what exactly the issue is.
For some reason, they kind of give up a bit halfway through. Like, I'm tired. Or, Natsu's got this one.
Pause. No, Lucy doesn't just go Natsu's
She's
got
constantly
this.
searching for keys and trying to get better.
Even when one of her first fight, when her celestial spirits was taken over, she's like, okay, now I can't even summon them, but I still got this whip, and I'm gonna whip this out of you.
And I'm sorry, she's not a dragon slayer with that type of magic to take out another Dragon Slayer. I'm sorry, her maid key can't take out a Dragon Slayer. Sorry.
Robin isn't one-shotting ores. It's not happening, so Robin needs help. She can fight somebody on her level, but then when Gajil shows up, well, Lucy can't do so back up. But she can handle in love chick. That's fine. That's her level. She can handle other celestial spirits. That's fine. That's her level. She wasn't in the Grand Magic Games going help Natsu. She was like, let's handle this.
And when
Go
she
time.
got defeated, she was crying like, I tried. I wish I could have still be out there with y'all and all that. We're lost because of me, blah, blah, blah. This bush. And she was about to beat that woman if not for legitimate cheating.
The flare with the I'm going to strangle a child. Oh, and Minerva.
Urza is legitimately one of the strongest people in the series.
Worms.
Woms. I'll take all 100 beasts. Give them all to me.
Legit like one of the best, probably the best moment in Fairy Tail. All 100. I need to show y'all Fairy Tail is back. I could win with 51, but I'm not gonna. Do you have any examples of that Lucy thing that you were talking about?
Because we've seen many characters in the series essentially go, Natsu, you gotta defeat them. That it means nothing.
At the top of when they were fighting Loxus, Jalal takes a shot for that was intended for Natsu, and then he goes, "I'll lead the rest of you." That happens. It happens. Men, women, backwards, forwards.
Yeah, the protagonist who people turn their head to and go, you got this.
Don't understand that.
Even somebody like Hiei was like, I wanted to fight Toguro, but I'll leave it to you, Spirit Detective, because you've got more of a grievance. Even though he factually was not strong enough to take out Toguro and just protecting his ego, Yusuke's like, thanks, man.
And this, okay, guys, listen. This is the one that gets to me the most. For some reason, they always cast the voice actors of Shonen Girls to be quite whiny and annoying. Like, I know.
Are you talking about in English and Japanese? Because I can make an argument for both of them.
For and against?
For and against. It's nothing.
I could make the argument for and against men too. Like, I don't know. People legitimately didn't watch Black Clover because of Asta's voice. Mm-hmm. Like, legitimately.
It's obviously written that way too. But for some reason, they've got like proper like voices that just, absolutely grate on you. And they complain a lot. And, everything's like, a bit like, oh. And I'm like, girl, you have been at ninja school the exact same time as the boys.
Can you point to a specific thing you're talking about with Sakura? Because Sakura's voice is not annoying or grating.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That is not a person I would point to. It's just a typical voice. I
don't know.
Pick your pussy up. And this also comes hand in hand with women being very sensitive. And don't get me wrong, I'm a girl, I'm sensitive.
Sanji's very sensitive.
Usopp's very sensitive.
Frankie is very sensitive.
You're just describing characters. You're not pointing to particularly problems with shonen women. Just that you've read some of the most popular shonens and some of the women are some of these things, while not looking at those same series, women not being those things, those same women not being those things, and the men being the things you don't like about the women. Read more series, see more, and you would see that this typical shonen girl means nothing once you break from the 5 most popular series out at the time.
And even
And
still,
even during those series, it's not prevalent. Jesus Christ. Or just look at the female character, look at a male character next to her, not the main character,
no.
and just go, is it roughly the same type of exploration in the way they're the ends of their fights, how much they're fighting, how much they're looking towards the protagonist?
But I know when to put my big girl knickers on and get into the moment. If I'm fighting a terrible beastie, then I'm not going to be really sensitive and upset about things in that moment.
What are you talking about? Because Sakura was not that when she fought in Sasori.
No.
She wasn't that when she went to go see Sasuke. She wasn't that at the end.
She was like that when Naruto went the Four Tails, but she was just like, your skin is dissolving. This is horrific.
Horrifying.
I can understand that.
Dissolving in front of my eyes. I'm sorry, I'm a little weepy.
Melting. And this is the first time that she's seen it, because she didn't see it with the crystal ice mirrors.
Nope.
So this is the very first time.
She was knocked out against Gaara. She was not there for Naruto versus Sasuke. Yeah, this is the first time she's seen a beast. Him do beast stuff.
So it's just like, oh, so this is what this beast is. Melting us.
I lay her in a bathtub.
Okay. Some women will cry now, some women will cry later. Some men will cry now, some men will cry later. That does not mean that their feelings are invalidated because they're fighting a beast and feel bad about it or feel emotional about it. And again, I need specific examples, otherwise it's the totality, because Madaka is not this.
Himiko from Sket Dance is not this.
And from this, because there's represented in such a sensitive way.
Kaguya from, is it Kaguya? I think it's Kaguya. I'm sorry, Gintama fans. I'm going to look it up.
Oh, no.
Edit this as appropriate.
Yeah, not at all.
Balls on screen. Please be Kaguya. Kagura. Is it Kagura? It's Kagura. I was close. Kagura. I saw it a couple months ago. Don't hold me to this. I don't remember. I need to reread it. But she's one of the strongest people in the guild. Again, there's so many that we can point to, but yeah, there's so many that we can point to against, but it's not the, I don't think that it's the huge problem that she thinks that it is. I think it's a huge problem that other people think that it is.
I think
because other people can make a more compelling point.
I think it's a problem in what she's seen potentially, because from everything that I see right now, you've seen roughly 7 series, so I don't know particularly what to point to or for or against. Looking up on my anime list.
I'm looking up Tokyo Ghoul.
I don't remember. Oh no, Tokyo Ghoul had a very strong woman. I think she even taught him how to do stuff. But I dropped Tokyo Ghoul. I need to reread it someday.
Here's a good old fashioned CBR.
They're always good for pointed responses.
This is Tokyo Ghoul's top 10 strongest female characters ranked. I'm just gonna go up to like number 1 to see if they did anything. Hey, it's a founding leader of an organization. Darkest, sadistic, cruel.
Sounds like a villain.
Amongst the fastest regenerations. Surpassed most other ghouls in Tokyo. Here's another girl. Number 2 was especially strong even for a ghoul.
Again, I think she's only talking about the main protagonist.
I don't know that.
But then again, she brought up Hinata. So, are we talking about characters on the periphery too? Because if so, oh dude, you're gonna lose a lot in time.
I'm pretty sure she is a main character.
Who?
Kirishima.
Let me see her.
Blue, really dark blue hair. Oh, you doing this to me, Wiki? Is this the girl?
Yeah, I think that's the super strong girl
I
that
know.
Helped train him or whatever.
Yeah, chapter 1, episode 1. Yeah, I knew. I'm like, one of them was voiced by Brina. I know that Brina was in that muff in manga. So hang on, I'm just gonna go on over to Power.
Power. Oh, Power is also not one of those from Chainsaw Man.
It doesn't say. It doesn't say how strong she is, but it says that she's very fast. Somebody lost track of her. Possessing one wing, hardening a bit. Yeah, it doesn't say, because normally a wiki would be like, she is amongst the strongest or whatever. But this isn't really helping. But yeah, I can only assume that she's quite strong. I'm just gonna lie and say that she is. I know. What's that show called? Tokyo Ghoul. I'm gonna say Tokyo Revengers. Both. Let's go both.
From this, because they're represented in such a sensitive way, that automatically makes them look weaker to the audience. And don't get me wrong, I don't think sensitivity is a weakness.
Again, can you show examples of these things? Because you're just kind of throwing it out there and hoping we, in our mind, click with a person or a moment or something. Mm-hmm. Like, we've seen Sakura cry, but the main two times she cried was when she was trying to defend Naruto and Sasuke, who were laid out against 3 Chunin level ninja trying to kill him. And,
who are all specially enhanced by Orochimaru himself.
And she was just getting beat down and trying everything she could to just hold him up for a few seconds. And when she cried and said, Naruto, please save Sasuke. And when she cried and said, Sasuke, stay.
I don't think that at all. I quite enjoy it when people have moments of sensitivity. It helps you get to know them better. It's good for character development.
I know that feeling. I've been there, in that dark and lonely place.
But shonen girls tend to have so much sensitivity, it's all we can focus on, and therefore making them look weak. I just wish they would be stronger in certain moments. And
Even Orihime, she was like, hey, let's go get in Rukia. Let's go. She was out there running along with Uryu.
Yeah, I think she cried less than Ichigo.
That's not fair.
How not?
you know, 1 out of 10 times maybe the girl comes in, because that's the shock factor.
She's so powerful, I can hardly believe it.
The shock factor is that the girl saves the day. And
no, there's many times where the girl is the person that helps the... But again, it's about the protagonist. Again, Madaka Box. She is the protagonist, so everyone turns to their head. In fact, the boy is the weak one that needs to be saved a lot of the times. But there's so many times where the person just turns the head to the protagonist. How many times is the protagonist saved by anybody in that moment? And then at the end, they still are the ones that just do the final thing. Because Naruto was saved against Kimi by Rock Lee, so he can go against Sasuke, because he was getting pieced up. But does that
mean that
how many situations are there like that? I really wish you would point to examples of both. And again, Lucy saved Natsu at times.
Yes. Urza saves everybody. Urza gets saved herself. It happens both ways.
You're pointing to Sakura not being able to save Naruto. I would think not. Again, sorry.
But then she did in her own way, in the way that she could. And she did.
it shouldn't be that situation. Sometimes the girl should just be the winner, should just be the lead in battle. But for us,
if the girl is the protagonist, how many times is the non-protagonist the lead in battle?
Yeah, that's... I mean, Urza got a couple of... But not even... Usually it's Natsu getting the last shot. With Soul Eater counts, but Soul is the scythe.
Yeah, Soul's just a weapon. It's Maka, really.
That's her. Yeah, he just turns into something, and that's her skill at doing it. But again, yeah, it's it's the main character stuff. It's not particularly female stuff that you're pointing to. It is let somebody else other than the main character get the last big punch.
Shock factor, the girl actually beats the bad guy. But is she...
Again, I don't think this is a shock factor thing. I think at times the woman is just really strong, like Noelle. Noelle beats people because she's just strong. Yeah. But is she ever going to beat the lead person not being the protagonist? Very often, no. Because, again, she is not the lead person. Yuno is stronger than Asta, but more often than not, it's Asta getting the last punch.
It shouldn't be that way.
And again, power lead in battle at time. Power! She's so awesome.
We shouldn't be shocked that the girl in the story has taken down the enemy.
Okay.
What examples?
What are your examples?
You referring to?
Are we the audience shocked? Are the characters in the story shocked? Who's shocked?
Is it a situation where only the female could do it? They have a power that would allow them to do it? Are the other characters incapacitated, so she's the only person that could do it? Is it a come out of nowhere, I'm here, save person? What is this? I don't know. I've never been like the woman. And I don't really remember anything in a real story that it's just like, oh, here comes the woman doing what the man can't do. I don't remember anything. But I haven't seen Seven Deadly Sins, which is the thing that she showcased.
There's a giant woman, and she's really strong. She's one of the 7 strongest.
I see.
Yep. All the sins are a person, and they're a strong person.
Wowooga.
And she's one of them.
Wow-wee-wah.
Oh, wait, no. She wasn't one of the sins. She was a giant girl that was ostracized. I haven't seen this in forever.
Disney XD.
And finally...
What is that showing?
We're us being shocked that Sakura, the woman...
I was not shocked at that. No. It was a good fight. Sorry.
Yeah. It wasn't... And if anything, it would be shocked that Sakura did it, not the woman. This is the first real fight that Sakura's had, and it's against one of the members of Akatsuki, and it's against a dude that's just like, yeah, I've been slaughtering villages with my puppets. And then he just goes, 100 puppets, and Chiyo goes, stuff and 100 puppets. Run.
Well, with clapping up. Dang, sorry you died so young. I had a fulfilling life.
But no, that's not the thing of us being shocked that Sakura did it. It's a good fight. They were just like, look, get a good punch in and we shattering this bastard.
And it worked. Like, I'm not shocked. And again, was that the lead of that arc?
No, because Deidara was the one that captured Gata, and...
But was it the big fight of the arc?
I'd say so. Because the only other fight was Naruto and Kakashi versus Deidara. That was just a little skirmish.
And Gaara versus Deidara.
I would not count this, though.
Yeah.
Favorite reason for shonen girls to exist is... fan service. And if you've ever watched a shonen, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. The girls are drawn to be over-sexualized.
Okay, but pause. Let me just look up One Piece.
For what?
One Piece. This treasure. Yeah. Cover. Let's do cover. Hopefully that brings up something.
Volume covers.
All right, look at this. That's Roger, pecs and abs all out.
Okay,
white beard, pecs and abs.
Hey, there is male fan service, but it is nowhere near as prevalent as female.
It absolutely is not. But you also don't notice it because you're a dude.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Odin's legs.
But this is
You
the
telling me
thing.
that a woman's not like, yeah?
But this is the thing. Women do notice women being sexualized because it's so prevalent. Us as dudes don't really notice it because it's so whatever. It's so innumerable. Not innumerable, but infrequent. That's what I was looking for. So infrequent that it's just like whatever.
I don't think I
Plus,
wouldn't say so.
plus, it's not even close to the definition. Not the definition of the word, but their abs are not as defined as in Nami's breasts. No, sir, dude.
I mean,
It is not the same. It is pointedly not the same,
okay,
sir.
here's a DVD cover. Look at them abs, and then look at Nami.
Okay.
That is a modest bosom.
We can't downplay
No, we
the
can't.
the fan
No,
service of
I'm
women
saying,
and the prevalence
yes,
of them
yes.
by going. There's also male fan service,
But there is also
yes,
male
no,
fan
absolutely.
service.
There's gonna be male fan service. There's gonna be boy fan service. There's gonna be all types of fan service. But the female fan service is so prevalent that they're willing to give a 12-year-old a mini skirt and nothing under it and do upskirts of it. Sarada.
We're not talking about that. That's a whole. That's 2 steps from hentai.
Big old thighs, just big,
That is-
juicy,
that is-
meaty,
they
10-year-old
are-
thighs.
They are every manga chapter. They got it in their hands, just ready to knock at that door. Like, does this count? Is it far enough yet? Not yet, boys. Hold the line. We'll get them next issue.
But yes, how much fan service is there in Naruto?
So now they got the jugs, but that's only really played like 3 times in Naruto proper. I don't remember too much in Shippuden. It's the time that Konohamaru.
Oh yeah, there's all the Sasuke. I mean Naruto sexy jutsu stuff, that type of stuff.
But that's not a female.
Yeah,
fan
I'm
service.
looking for like when is a time where Sakura was like Auga.
Yeah, I don't think there was one.
But, it absolutely happens, and it is poignantly a problem. I don't think it's a problem in that you get a little bit of it, but stuff like the panty window in Burn the Witch.
Oh, that's horrible.
Or
Oh,
all
my
the
goodness.
fairy tale bush. No, those are problems.
Scantily clad outfits. We got loads of cleavage. We got loads of panty. And they've always got their big old...
There's not too many panty shots in like, shonen proper.
yeah. But, they exist.
They
but
exist, but
it's
if you're looking at the prominent ones, your Naruto's, your One Piece, your Death Notes.
I remember one of Death Note.
I don't want to look it up.
And they've always got their big old titties. Apart from Sakura. They did Sakura the dirty on that one. I'm not gonna lie.
But you're admonishing them for having big old titties, and now you're like, but Sakura doesn't, and she was done dirt because she doesn't get big old titties.
They can't have it both ways, but that way.
Well, I see that you're still completely flat as a board.
But Hinata's got boobies!
They just keep floating up. Is it wrong that I'm jealous of Hinata? Of her chest, that is.
She got that...
That was some filler.
I think that was the Naruto movie, the one where they went over to the alternate
That's still
world.
filler. I don't give a shit.
What's it give filler? It's filler enough.
What the it's filler? What?
It's filler and it's like the My Hero movies. They're filler enough.
No, they're filler.
No, there's some stuff that hops over.
Yeah, some stuff. They're filler.
One of
They cannot exist in the times that they do exist.
from the movie, from the latest movie, a dude has reflect.
How do you know? Did you watch it? Oh.
I just read the on
When
the
does
Reddit.
it come out?
It might already be out. But on the Reddit, not on the Reddit, the movie, the main character has reflect, and then Shigaraki is just like, Stars and Stripes destroyed my reflect. So it's like, that dude had Reflect. And then Melissa. So they're canon.
I mean, you're clapping for Melissa.
They're canon enough. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I see.
The idea of Shiki the Golden Lion is canon. That adventure? No. But the movie, canon enough.
This is disgusting.
I don't make the rules. What exactly are you looking
You're
at?
literally making the rules now.
What were you looking at? Oh, when the movie comes
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
I heard not the good things.
Good.
Maybe we could do a watch along. That Naruto one was a lot of fun.
Well, it's
They're not rocking it. World Mission DVD release.
I saw the
confirmed.
February one for Japan, but I was wondering if it was like streaming already or anything.
Film comes out then. Yeah, February, Japan. Huh. Yeah, so
I guess it's just not out yet.
well, if it's February in Japan, we'll probably get it in March or...
That's why I wondered if it was streaming, because it definitely came to theaters. So it was dubbed in theaters. So they have the dub and the license. So what's the end?
You know, sometimes it's just like to hold that stuff back. I don't know.
Then again, I haven't watched My Hero in forever. Bruh, the manga is legitimately killing my in want of anything My Hero.
How could it not? Especially after this last chapter of just gabbing.
Oh, dude. Did I even read that last chapter? That's how legitimately much I did not give a about it. Yeah, it's just not out yet, okay.
And big old bouncing titties. A boing, a boing, a boing. There's one golden moment of fan service that I've seen recently. I watched the Seven Deadly Sins series on Netflix.
Okay, you shouldn't have been doing that part. Seven Deadly Sins is grimy with this fan service. I mean, dirt.
And quite literally, there's a moment where Diane gets shrink down to a normal person size, and Elizabeth is shrunk down really small. So Elizabeth's clothes don't fit her, so she's naked. And then Diane has to put on Elizabeth's clothing, which is already ridiculously small and over-sexualized. And we have this beautiful moment where Diane is in this little mini skirt and this little crop top with big old bouncing titties, and the naked Elizabeth is in between her titties in the cleavage. There is a naked sexy girl in the cleavage of a sexy girl. And that was probably one of the most fan service moments I had ever seen in modern anime. So,
But you're treating it like a joke. Are you saying it's a garbage thing, or do you find it funny?
Amusing.
Or do you find the garbage of it funny? Which
The fact that it's so absurd that
yeah,
it's
but then
comedic.
she's talking about and Sakura not being done dirt. I don't know what her stance here is.
if you want to put it into like black and white terms, the difference between the male characters and the female characters is this. The male characters are created specifically for the young boys watching to fantasize that they could be those characters. And the girls...
Not all of them. I don't see much people being like, yeah, I want to be Usopp, the weakest person in a world of monsters.
I mean, I think you can see anything you want in any character to help you put. Like Usopp wants to be brave, so
Sure.
I identify with Usopp's want to be brave.
But then Sakura also wants to be useful.
Yes, no. That's what I'm saying. You can identify with anything in any character. I don't think this is necessarily a thing for male characters. I think whatever trait you need in that character and they push forward with it could be a clap for you.
are there for the young...
Clap emoji might be good.
The clap emoji is already on the YouTube.
Yeah.
young boys to imagine that they're saving and that they could possibly be their waifus.
Nah, I wouldn't go that far. Definitely for some people.
Most people find Sakura annoying. Who wants her to be their waifu?
How many times has Naruto saved Sakura? Once? That was poignantly saving her?
How many times has he saved Hinata? That was a filler that she showed. The one time when they were young, and I think she was being bullied or something. And then Hinata saved him.
Let's get into my issue with this. I've been a girl watching shonen anime for years. The first anime I ever watched was Death Note, which was a shonen. And don't get me wrong, I love shonen anime. I think they are brilliant. I'm here for the action, for the...
I would not have that mindset. I love shonen. I think they are brilliant. I would not say I think they are brilliant. No. I wouldn't say I love slice of life things. I think they are brilliant. No, because that's too all-encompassing. Some of them are not brilliant. Some of them are more simple. Some of them you can point to just like, yeah, that kind of sucks.
Rent a girlfriend.
Don't make enemies.
I don't give a They need to learn. This is not hitting, y'all. I am 4 chapters away from dropping this.
How many chapters are you in?
Dude, I'm like 17 behind. I'm almost completely caught up.
How much?
I think it's at 212.
What?
Oh yeah.
Why?
Dude, I don't drop like that anymore. I read these bits. But
I gotta in sweet chin music you to get you to watch Scat Dance?
No,
what is
Scat
this?
Dance is on the list.
Oh, it's on the list, but 200. But this did you not enjoy it? No. I understand that wasn't words. Shut up, Triton.
It's not even so much that I wasn't enjoying it. I was just kind of and waiting for my enjoyment. Now, there is a character or two I really like. There's one character I specifically love, and I want to see what happens with her. And the main character is finally like, you know what? I like this girl. I'm going to confess. Whoops. That somebody interrupted. Okay, I'm gonna confess this time. Whoops, something interrupted. Alright, I'm gonna confess this time. Oh no, my ex is conniving and now we need to go on this trip. It's bullshit! It's pissing me off. It's a terrible series. Y'all need to understand.
Did anybody recommend it, or is this just something that you're like, y'all need to understand, Rent-A-Girl?
No, y'all just need to understand.
Okay.
No. The totality of YouTube. Understand. Rent-A-Girlfriend is not hitting.
I think you're you're over exaggerating that.
How about you read it then?
Nah, I don't think I will.
What's you know what? I'm about to start getting these check the outs out so we can do some more. Cause you need to read. You need to read this book.
You need to read. Just yelling at me. That's out of context. You need to read. I wonder what this episode is about. Let me skip forward a little bit. You need to read. Oh, this got personal.
For the saying the name of your move before you do it in a battle, I love that stuff. But as a girl watching for, a lot of my teenage years and my adulthood, watching these females be so weak has really been annoying.
But Tsunade, they rock up to like, hey, don't with her. She could kill you with a finger. Cracks the earth with a finger.
18 is factually one of the strongest characters at a point. Factually one of the strongest.
Misa could kill anybody because she had the death eyes. One of your first shonen.
Did I call her Misu earlier?
You did.
Ugh.
I just let it go. Ugh. I don't know if you did or didn't, but I just like to say that you did.
To me. And over the years, I've obviously understood why the characters are there, and it doesn't bother me really anymore. I still get annoyed. Like, do not get me wrong, I find Elizabeth from the 7 Deadly Sins to be quite literally the most annoying character I've seen in anime for a long time.
That's fair.
But I still...
that might be her thing. She has a pretty small sample size, so she looks at somebody like Elizabeth and sees the tropes of her, and then just goes, okay, a Wooga girl, and then goes over to Naruto and be like, oh, useless, crying, annoying voice girl.
Yeah, I honestly believe she just has a very small sample size.
And then she just sort of looks for those connections in each thing, and then the next thing she watches, like, oh, another thing over
I would
here.
be legitimately shocked if she had read more than 12 Shonen Jump titles. Like, legitimately shocked.
And this is why I always say I love to see what they know just for situations like this, because I don't know what she has seen. So we know for sure Naruto, Seven Deadly Sins, and that she at least knows of Fairy Tail.
And Dragon Ball. Looking for my anime list?
Yeah,
Or
I'm not getting anything.
I doubt you will.
Really enjoy the
Twitter,
anime.
but it's not.
After all of the anger and the darkness there is always a bit of light to come out of the storm.
Oh, you just missed some visual funny.
Would you mind going back?
You don't... This is strictly for him, y'all.
I still really enjoy the anime. After all of the anger and the darkness there is always a bit of light to come out of the storm. And of course, there are female leads within the shonen bracket that are breaking this
Thumbs
mold and doing it for the feminist weaves. And I think the girl that's doing this best is Uraraka from My Hero Academia.
Love interest, sad, crying.
Her outfit, the first time that they show it, it pans up from her legs all the way up, and she's like blushing and like, what are you looking at?
And it's way tighter than I thought. It's skin tight.
She's pretty top heavy.
I mean, you could implant the same types of things onto her. I personally wouldn't, but you could implant the same types of things.
Yes.
A lot of her development is literally, oh my god, I like Deku, I gotta push this down.
Yes, Zero Gravity Girl is here to save the day. For one, Uraraka's arc is not defined by her love for the male lead. Yes, Uraraka has a crush on Midoriya, which is very cute, very sweet, and I love it so much.
But that was your problem with the one-sided love interest. And the dude is just like, oh, what? Because they're so stupid. But now it's fine because it's cute. And it's not defining her. Or Hime liking Ichigo doesn't define her.
Nope. And Orihime has a lot of development in her. It's not defined by her love of Ichigo. Neither is Rukia's.
Nami doesn't have a love interest. But she fits into the fan service, so that's the slot that she's in.
But she can still drive her own story and it isn't led by any of his decisions. Uraraka came to UA to be a hero in order to earn money. And this money she wants isn't for selfish reasons or,
No, it is for kind of selfish reasons. No. What she wants is selfish in being a hero.
Yes.
But the reasoning is not selfish. That's my mistake.
worth or gain. This choice for Uraraka is completely self-motivated. She wants to earn money so she can help and support her family.
Lucy's thing is self-motivated. She went to Fairy Tail because it's the strongest guild. She keeps going places because she wants to keep. She takes missions with Natsu and Gray. She has her own apartment. She says, "Dad, no, shut the up. I'm not going to forgive you." And then she comes back and he's dead and she's sad about it.
Misa was self-motivated. She was appreciative of Kira, so she figured out a way to connect to him.
This helps us understand Uraraka as a character. All the decisions that she's made in life have been to reach her goal of supporting her family. Because of this driving force she has to reach her goal, she gets into UA and she meets Midoriya, Ida and the rest of Class 1A. But even after making these new friends, her goals never change. She simply takes what she learns from her new friends, from her teachers, from her classes, to refine the way in which she's going to achieve her goal. I mean, look at her at the UA Sports Festival against my husbando Bakugo.
Why are you clapping for Bakugo, lady? Why are you clapping for Bakugo?
He's
lady?
the #1 in popularity polls.
It is unbelievable.
We have a lot of people to ask these questions.
I was talking to someone on Twitter, and they were like, Morgana, him being a douchebag is part of his character arc to not be a douchebag anymore. And I'm like, I find it so odd that people still are just like, boo Morgana, but clap Bakugo when it's the same thing. Like, what is it about Bakugo in particular that you're gonna clap for, but when it goes to other characters, you're just like, no, annoying, bad, boo, bad person. Ryuji always calling him names.
It's just gotta be the husbando. It's an attractive individual. It's got a good design. Bad boy, I can change him sort of thing.
And he changes, so it shows that you can.
Yeah. As for the males, awesome guy, big screamy, not the little crybaby like Deku. I honestly do not know. Even back when I liked My Hero, I wasn't even feeling Bakugo like that. So I legitimately don't know.
But yes, this is a great fight and scene for Uraraka.
She was giving him a right run for his money. He was scared at one point. She nearly touched him, and if she had touched him, he would have gone floating off into the distance like a really angry ball of fire. And she wasn't fighting this way.
And I refused
to gain approval from Midoriya, to make him realise that, she was amazing, and for him to fall deeply in love with her.
How many people are like that? How many people
Lucy's motivation was never for Natsu to start liking her. Neither was Urza's. Juvia, yes, but that's the entirety of her character.
Except with Edalus.
When Sakura saved... When Sakura
Edalus
saved
so bad,
Sasuke, it wasn't like, yeah, notice me. It was, I need to get better. I need to leave this childish bush behind. There wasn't a situation where she was just like...
it actively rejects Sasuke's... their thinking of Sasuke's preference for long hair.
Yeah. Again, I'd like to know the example. Maybe there's something in Seven Deadly Sins, but...
From what I've read, no. But,
you can't make it 217 chapters into that.
No, there is. Big Giant Girl. She likes the main character and wants him to notice her.
She was doing it for her own gratification and for her own will to be a bad bitch.
Is what she
said. So what do I have to say about all of this? I feel like this has just been a video of me ranting about my feelings towards shonen girls, but there is a breakthrough here. There are girls coming through like Uraraka and Mikasa from Attack on Titan who are bad bitch female leads. They're
strong.
Yes.
And they're doing stuff.
But they still fit into...
They still fit into the same mold.
Because Mikasa is actively in love with Eren. This is the love interest thing again. That's ticking one of those boxes. How many boxes need to be ticked before you start going, oh my goodness? What are the things that they need to do to like untick a box? Or is there something that positive they can do to outweigh the negative?
Or do you roll your eyes during those moments, but the breaking of the mold is so prevalent that you're just like, whatever.
They are absolutely breaking this mold.
They're not breaking the mold. They're doing the same. Sakura was doing the same. Are we shocked that thing Uraraka is doing? Are we shocked as an audience that Misaka is doing or Mikasa is doing? Are we shocked? Are they shocked? Is it meant for shock? This has been happening for show. Read more.
Yes, simply. Pick up Flame of Rekka. My goodness.
There is always going to be the small little traits that are always going to trickle through because, it is a shonen and they have to keep some things, within the lines of how shonens work.
Okay, so pause. So,
it's not so much breaking the mold as doing something different within the mold.
Yeah. You said, there's some that trickles through. So do you want just like a completely no love interest female character that's taking down all the bad guys that we accept and expect that they're going to take down the bad guys? Don't rely on any of the main characters or the males. What was another one of her complaints? Modest bust.
Fan service. I'm sorry, that is a modest
bosom.
Modest bosom.
In 1930 speak. What am I doing? I should be canceled.
I'm so happy to see that these women are breaking through and being the bad bitches they deserve to be. And I know we're always going to get those typical girls. You know, Seven Deadly Sins didn't come out too long ago, and Elizabeth is one of the most useless females I've seen in a minute.
But how many have you seen? Because from what I've seen, the examples you point to that you yourself spoke, not just clips from Dragon Ball or something, that you yourself have spoke, has been like 4. I see Tokyo Ghouls, you don't mention that.
Yeah, that's kind of telling.
But it's clear you watched it. You enjoy it.
She didn't really say anything about Misa either.
It leaves us with a bit of advice. Watch shonen. Enjoy shonen. Live for shonen. I love shonen. But don't take everything that's going on with the lead females as gospel, let's say. Girls like that have...
Don't take anything as gospel.
Nothing.
What do you mean taking things as God? Wait, what does she mean?
This is what shonen women should be.
Oh.
Or what they are.
Oh.
Shonen, again, the shonen women have been multifaceted. It's in 40, 50 years of shonen.
It's not all just one thing.
I'm sorry you've read 8 series and came to a conclusion that they're trash because other people also say Sakura cry a lot. And you can tell she's not into One Piece because Rebecca would have came up unbelievably so.
You can tell JoJo out the window because part 6, my goodness.
Read more stuff. This is the only thing I could tell her. This video is not very bad, but it's not very informed. Mm-hmm. Read more.
From what we see and what we believe, she says that she's been a fan of shonen for many years, and she said that she's read and watched so many things, but her examples are so limited. She mainly harping on Sakura and Elizabeth.
She's basically pulling from 3 series: Naruto, Seven Deadly Sins, Fairy Tail. Other than that, it's just minute, rumbling generalizations of shonen girls.
But then again, she doesn't even mention that Urza is the strongest person, one of the strongest people in the guild. So I don't think that she really knows of Fairy Tail. She must just know of the tropey Fairy Tail stuff.
Be portrayed in a certain kind of way.
She also didn't even mention Juvia, whose whole character revolves around a dude. You think that would be a big sticking point other than, Lucy, she calls on... You think that'd be the big sticking point of Fairy Tail. You would think Fairy Tail would get more exposure in the fan service thing. Because you go, here's Mira Jane, one of the strongest members in Fairy Tail, and then she's going up against somebody in the Grand Magic Games, and then all of a sudden it just becomes a swimsuit competition.
Yeah, that's something you could point to with some trash fan service. When the women are fighting, suddenly it's just a pose off.
Yeah, something like that. That's something that you can directly point to, but you don't have that knowledge base to pull from. That's the problem. You need to just
read more.
And stop looking so closely at the little things that the shonen females do that annoy you. Because like you said, they're gonna be there.
And I get it. I'm a consumer. I understand, and I love the fantasy. I live for Natsu and Lucy's storyline. I live for it. Who doesn't?
I don't!
Yeah, I don't either. Because
so
Natsu doesn't care.
And she said she lives for it, but she knows it doesn't happen if she finished it.
So if she lives for it, that takes away... But it's the love interest thing that she complained about. The one-sided love interest thing. Just complaining about stuff and then just excusing it for some reason. It's kind of...
But I am so glad to see that these girls are coming through and getting their own back on these boys. I'm waiting for the day when Midoriya is stuck in a cage and Uraraka comes down and is like, touches that cage.
It will be Bakugo. Stop your lies.
And if it is Uraraka, I will be surprised. And that's not a reaction that you want.
I will be surprised strictly because it shouldn't be.
Of all people.
Based on everything we've seen. Now, if it leads up to that, I have no problem with it. But if he's in a cage and then suddenly Uraraka comes down, I'm gonna be like, the what? But then I would feel the same thing for like Ida. Like, what the are you doing here? Or Kirishima.
We know narratively who is supposed to say.
Who is supposed to?
In Sugar Rush comes out like, here I am, Deku. It's like, really you?
What are you doing here?
Jiro?
How did you even get past anyone? Must spin fire out there. You got diabetes.
And lifts him up into the sky with her arms. Wait, no. Uraraka did save Midoriya. At the trial to get into the school. Yep. Midoriya was falling to his death, and Uraraka was really poorly because she used to get sick when she used her quirk, and she touched him.
She still does, but
so
the
he
helmet
didn't
regulates
die.
it.
Yeah. It's happening already, guys. We've made the breakthrough. The breakthrough is here. Oh my god, I've just had a realization of my own. Wow. Yes, Uraraka, we stand a queen. Anyways.
Uraraka is doing all these days.
Absolutely.
And has been for a long time.
Quite some time. You look at the time that her and Himiko got versus the time that Bakugo, Deku, Ida, anybody up there got. And it's disgusting.
That should have been way longer. It was a great discussion and everything. I would have loved a chapter and a half of them just sitting down, tearing down in heroes and understanding each other.
It would have been so good.
But no,
we don't get that.
3 pages. All right, moving on. But Dynamite! All right, thanks. Big old 2-page splash. I'll piss on it.
What?
I got a splash for you.
Big old 2-page
splash. I spit on it. I piss on it.
I just noticed her eyeshadow matches her chair. I like that.
Yeah, that's lame.
My point. Don't take everything as gospel. Just enjoy it for what it is.
But you don't enjoy it for what it is. No. You're actively trying to push something forward. You should not enjoy things for what they were. What they are. You should wish for better of these things.
Because if you just accept things, then that's just going to propagate. Hey, nobody's complaining about this, so now we get Dragon Ball for 20 years, and Muff is bumping Ultra Ego because it's a purple hair.
Why do you think this, what you believe to be moving forward of shonen women is happening? It's because people complain about shonen women forever.
Did you read the new chapter of Super?
Of course I didn't. Or did I? I don't remember. What happened, sir?
It's just more of Gas and Granola fighting. And then Gas transforms. Because, of course, he had a transformation.
How? From what?
He gets a berserk form. But then he get control of his berserk form. And then they're going to continue fighting next week. See you then.
Next month.
Next month. Sorry. Oh, boy.
Are you being serious?
Let me show you this.
Don't show me the form. I don't want to see this.
Can I just look up Dragon Ball Gas? Is this gonna
say search on?
Is this just gonna be diaper farting? Because I don't need that. Y'all can have that over there.
Who is y'all?
They can have that over there. They know who they are.
No, yeah.
At what point in your life do you just go, yeah.
Something about farts.
Finally. Oh no. Yo, for real though, y'all think about farting for a second?
Oh, that's hideous.
He's just got tusk coming out of his head, and then once he gets control of this form, he's just like, hey, I want my clothes back, and he just transforms his clothes back.
Okay, if he's the strongest,
there it is, right there. He just goes, hey, I want my clothes back, and he just gets his clothes back.
If he's the strongest, why would he need a transformation to be stronger? Wouldn't he just be baseline the strongest person? It shouldn't go up any.
So that form He transforms into it, goes berserk, and then hits his 2 non-fighting colleagues, and they're just alive, and then he hits Vegeta. So I'm like, so you're using the same strength to hit those 2 colleagues who are not fighting as a immediately weakened Vegeta, but everybody's just still alive, and you're the strongest person in the universe, and you're berserk, so you can't even be like, I'm holding back. This makes no sense. It's horrible.
It's Dragon Ball Super, baby.
And so,
don't
ask for better, and you're gonna get this forever.
You see all the people still clapping for this type of...
So, what? Hey, guess what?
Don't accept it as it is.
You know what? In 5 years, what's gonna happen? It's not gonna be another CGI movie, because people putting up a stink.
Crying.
People don't want this.
And you know what? If it fails, Toei's just gonna go, oh, they ain't want Gohan.
No, that's the wrong thing that
that wasn't our issue, Toei.
That's not what it's not the message we were trying to send, you see.
Oh no, hear you loud and clear.
Nope, we heard you loud and clear. More CGI, less Broly, less Gohan.
Genre. There's some genres we'll love and there's some genres we'll hate, but Shonen will always have a very special place in my heart. And keep in mind, even though the show...
You can say that, but if Shonen put out in circulation 30 trash series for the next 5 years, I'd be like, Shonen is trash.
Yeah. The direction that Shonen is going is trash.
That place in my heart bush.
Yeah. If it was just Dragon Ball, and then like 50 years later, it's like, oh, the next good one, it'd be like, oh, that's just 50 years of trash.
Shonen female leads might be a bit meh. You will always have those amazing side characters like Urza Scarlet from Fairy Tail, Android 18.
So we're only talking about the lead character, but you brought up Hinata for some reason. And now we're only talking about strong characters, even though characters can do things outside of being a fight monster.
But Urza love interest and Auga.
From Dragon Ball.
And she was saved by Natsu a bunch of times.
Hey, let's see if we... Oh, there she is, love interest. Another one.
Hange from Attack
on... No, it wasn't Hange. It was Sasha. Sasha was my girl in Attack on Titan the first game. She was the best. And then they changed her in the second way. And she was the worst.
I'm so excited. All right. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Well, I guess I just gotta play Mikasa and Levi because they're the only good motherfuckers. Wow, how fun.
Tamari from Naruto. And Merlin from the 7 Deadly Sins.
Okay. These are the series she has watched. And I'm going to throw Death Note and Tokyo Ghoul in it and call it a day. Because I don't know else that she could have possibly watched. Because she's not bringing nothing up.
Yeah. This seems like it's about it.
And if this is your barometer, you cannot be speaking on these things.
So you complained about Fairy Tail, but you actively like the relationship between Natsu and Lucy, and you like Urza as a character so much so that you're just like, hey, check her out. You didn't mention Bulma once. You didn't mention Chi-Chi once, so we have to assume that Dragon Ball is in the positive category because there are no negatives mentioned and there's only one single positive. You didn't mention Tsunade, but you did mention Sakura. And you mentioned Temari, so what are we at? Negative? I mean, neutral for Naruto, positive for Attack on Titan.
I mean, sexy lady right at the end from 7 Deadly Sins.
How much sexiness is too much? How much? Because Urza is mad sexy. A lot of her armors is just chest delicious. Or just short skirt and belly's all out. And it's a lot of stuff like that. A lot of her neutral just outfits. Hey, and she's very chesty.
Can we not have her in a fight and just have her doing plays and stuff, please?
That's all I want.
Her big eye just smiling during that play while she's acting horribly. I love it so much. She's so
happy. She has an interest outside of fighting, and this is it. No explanation why. She just loves the craft of acting, and that's enough.
She's so
and she's
happy.
Horrible at it.
Horrible. But she's so proud of herself.
More of that, Mashima. More of that.
So my advice would be just to watch the shonen for them bad bitches because they are sickening.
She didn't
Thank you
mention
for
My
watching
Hero,
this video.
but she
And
also
if you have your own opinions on shonen
you
girls,
think that she would mention
shonen boys,
Momo?
or shonen in general,
Momo
is
please leave a
chesty,
comment
but-
below. I would love to hear your own
Oh,
opinions, your own thoughts, your own feelings. Always remember to like and subscribe because those
At
are the
the
most
end.
important things on this platform. I
Not like Phil.
have been Buckwee. You have been the other person on the other side of the screen, and this has been the most enlightening, the most enriching, the most knowledgeable and philosophical video you have seen in years. And I will see you in the next one.
You're so mad. You
Brought
like
me
her.
back at the end. I don't know what it is. Yeah, well, you take out the middle. When you get the beginning and the end, yo, why ain't she putting out? She be bumping.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 6 on that
That was
one.
about an 8.
8. That's a little high.
It's just too many
The
things.
lack of explanations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand.
And just the I'm so knowledgeable about these things.
If it was
7
strictly
things.
about her arguments, I could go as high as 7.5. But it's an entertaining video, and I need more entertaining videos
Yes.
from what I consume. But yes, your arguments were complete trash. They were contradictory. You need to read more.
Such a small sample size.
It's just not enough to speak on the totality of shonen women, especially for someone who has reportedly been reading it for years and read many series. I need more examples. Like I mentioned Medaka Box. Do you even know what that is?
I mean, just Sket Dance. Nobody knows what that is.
So please read more. Well, I don't know what you're doing these days, but please read more.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. Could you press play? Maybe there's an after credits thing because it's 14 seconds long.
I think it was a related videos type thing.
And a good example of that is obviously Naruto from Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. Bloody hell, that's a lot of Naruto, innit?
I like her. I'm simping. I'm sorry. Y'all. I hate for y'all to see me like this.
It was
Out here.
never supposed to be out and
No,
about like
it
this.
wasn't. So it was supposed to be private in my own safe little space. It's what it's supposed to be. But yeah, I could see myself upon further reflection bumping that down to like a 7.
Yeah. At the heat of the moment, we always give a little bit more than we may do upon review. So when we go back, things go up, things go down. Rarely do they go up unless we might need to re-rate them soon
Potentially.
because some things need to go down.
Probably, but that would also involve me watching all of them.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That's a hardy.
Hey, Meme, guess what? I hope you're still watching because we're going to do a little bit of a preview, see if this is worth doing.
3 quick waifu manga parodies. Because I just
We decided to play a game here.
I skimmed 2 others before I jumped into this fucking bullshit.
Okay.
First we have Staying Composed.
It's about this to me is that like it is taking loneliness and selling it back to the people reading this.
Yeah, that's
Like I hate the idea that one needs a moral justification to both like and or hate a thing. For the past 2 or 3 years, I've had to.
What are you
don't
talking
need
about?
A moral justification.
What is he
at
talking
all. What?
Okay. Is he talking about people talking about them not liking Comey? Because it's not that you didn't like it. You call it trash, which speaks to its quality. I don't know what you're talking about. There's a difference between like and dislike. I vehemently dislike Comey. Okay, I can't say anything to you. I can ask why you don't like it.
You can ask to explain yourself, but that's about it. It's not about.
But once you call it trash, I need to know what makes it trash and argue against it.
if you just go, oh, my opinion, we got a problem already.
Had this whole fucking monologue about how you didn't actually engage with the text when you read Attack on Titan, and if you think that it's, like Japanese nationalism.
Okay, no. Don't listen to those people if they going, hey, you didn't understand it. No, like, I don't understanding it, whatever. I read what I read. But what are the problems? Don't talk about people talking about what you talking about. Talk about the things that you're talking about.
And then you're an idiot. It's a text about, like the dangers of nationalism and how that leads to tragedy, and tragedy leads to hatred, and hatred leads to...
Hold on.
Okay, you could pause right now because he put some screenshots. I hate the idea of a dude who is intentionally made to be boring. Talking about Tadano. Jesus Tadano's name, the kid's name is Tadano. Who cares, by the way?
Great arguments.
Fantastic.
How
did you find this? It's 10 views.
The Last Jedi rules fight me?
Is it the same dude?
Yes.
Oh, dude.
It does not.
Factually.
All right. Well, that's just a going in the list. I don't know exactly what we could do with this, but because it's just a podcast-like thing, might be a little bit more difficult. But you never know.
Maybe we do a watch along with the fans, or we do an edited style version of Revisited.
That could work. Just cut out all the stuff where they just
they liked Rent a Girlfriend. This is who I was talking to. This, them, they.
Capital T, they. I think you're being too harsh.
Plot twist is just me making the videos to find them.
Oh, that.
What?
I've seen these girls.
What? Oh, Rent a Girlfriend? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Eric said that it was trash and he dropped it early. And then he just read ahead about what happened. And then he was disappointed.
The story starts good enough. Essentially, a dude gets dropped by his girlfriend, so he's just like, I'm real sad. I'll rent a girlfriend. And then he does it the next day, and he's just like, what are you doing? Like, this is all fake. I'm not your boyfriend. You're not my girlfriend. And she's the sweetest, cutest, nicest girl. And then she pulls him aside like, what the are you talking about? Don't think about it like this. I'm doing my job.
Don't knock the hustle. Don't make this fake for us.
So,
don't take a prostitute out to dinner. That's not what you're there for.
And he rents her again. And because of this, he rents her with his grandma who's on her deathbed. Or not her deathbed, but in the hospital. So she's like, I'm his girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. But then the grandma is friends with her grandma. So now both families think that they're together. And he's like a screw up. The family sees him as a screw up. And they're like, we were so scared you would never get a girlfriend. You would never move on. And now you've got this wonderful girl, blah, blah, blah. So he constantly has to rent her every Wednesday to go to the hospital, blah, blah, blah.
And it's a pretty good printing.
Yes! And then it sucks! The girl I really like, she has a heart condition where if her heart beats too fast, it can screw her up. So she does not really feel anything. Nothing makes her heart move anymore because for years she couldn't play, she couldn't do anything, she couldn't get any type of stimuli. So now she's just used to everything. But the dude, the main character, made her heart beat fast. And after that, she was just like, I'm in love with her. I quit my rented girlfriend job. I am your girlfriend now. Let's do this.
That sounds like a very
yes, it does.
And it's going to continue to be very good for
and
217 chapters.
The ex-girlfriend is super vindictive. It's just like, oh, you're a piece of she's a piece of oh, you're a rental girlfriend? I figured this out. Well, I'll rent you out so we can go on a date and talk about things at his job. Like, it's all this scammy, and it somehow sucks. It sucks.
It's fine. You're being over-exaggerating.
I hate this.
Nah.
I hate it.
You actually like it.
All right. I guess we're out of here.
Yeah. normal stream this Saturday.
Finally, people were clamoring for more drits. We can't
Sorry.
dude. I legit told them we haven't done a non-drit stream for anime for a proper revisited in over a month, and they're just like, no, drits more. And dude, I swear, the second we finish it,
It's gonna be like, all right, the seal has been unleashed. Second video.
already halfway through the third, too, guys. Thanks. 2 hours. This is a bit shorter. 2 hours. All right. Thanks, drits. Hey, yeah, we're out of here. Please read more things.